Samuel is in Potter's Bar. Samuel, good evening.
Hello. Thanks for taking my call.
How can I help?
2021, I had a motor accident where the other party hit me from the rear. And I put up a claim through a law firm. And I sent them all the necessary documents. I went to physio. I had whiplash. And I claimed for some loss of earnings. Then, as time progressed during the case, they asked me to make a statement. So I made a statement and sent all the pictures to them. And after 1 year or thereabout, they came back to me saying the other party is denying liability and the insurance denying liability. And they said there's nothing much they could do. That I should accept.
So who is they? Is that your law firm or is it the insurers?
No, the law firm. The law firm acting on my behalf.
So you is this a law firm you hired or is it one that the insurance company appointed for you?
No, the one I hired on no win, no fee basis.
Okay. So they're saying they can't help because the other side's denying liability?
Absolutely right.
On what grounds is the other side denying liability? You said it was a rear-end shunt.
No, he said that it wasn't his fault.
Yes, but on what grounds? If it's a rear-end shunt, it is always going to be the other person's fault unless you braked suddenly. So on what grounds are they saying it's not their fault? Are they saying it wasn't a rear-end shunt? Are they saying you braked suddenly?
No, they admitted it. He admitted he hit me from the rear. And
so
I didn't brake suddenly. I was on a different lane. Then he came behind me he was on the left lane. He was on the left and I was on the right. So he wanted to turn and hit me from the rear.
Right. So I ask again, on what basis are they denying liability? If they admit it was a rear-end shunt, there isn't normally an escape from liability.
It's just normal escape from liability.
No. Have they said... I'll try a fourth time. Have they said to you the basis on which they claim they're not responsible?
To be honest, they have not said. They just said the other party is denying liability.
Have you asked your solicitors why they're denying responsibility?
I've asked them. They came back to me with the same story that if I have video evidence, that I should provide with them. But I don't have any footage evidence. But I want to add something, if you don't mind. The vehicle I was driving at the time wasn't mine because I was driving on behalf of the company I was working for. And the company didn't want to claim for the car because they want to sell the Porsche. And they don't want to make a claim through insurance because it's going to get the value of the car down. So I believe that's on the ground because nobody claimed on the car. That's why they're not accepting responsibility. That's my own thinking about it.
No, that's got nothing to do with it. That's got absolutely nothing to do with it. What's the reason you've called me, Samuel? What's your question for me?
Because they said that I should accept 50-50 responsibility. No, the other party said to them that he's really willing to accept 50-50 responsibility. And I'm not willing to accept...
that's very good of them. They hit your car from behind and they're willing to accept 50%. Aren't they wonderful? Tell them no. Tell them you want 100% and sue the blinking people. Seriously. And your solicitors are shockingly bad. It's actually making me quite angry. It's not your fault, Samuel. No, please don't. But their job is to get you money. If it's a rear-end shunt, they should issue a claim and they should get you your money. And if they're sitting there going, ooh, we can't do anything because the other side have said no, what's the point of them? They should be struck off the roll of solicitors if they're cowards and don't actually want to fight a case. Their job is to fight a case. So, Samuel, I would take up with your own solicitors, I would put in a complaint using their own internal complaints process and say, get your finger out, get me a fee earner who knows what they're doing, stop being cowards and do your flipping job and issue a claim. This is an absolute slam dunk, open and shut, rear end shunt, and I'm entitled to 100% of my compensation. And if they don't, you can report them to the Solicitors Regulation Authority and maybe, just maybe, Samuel, they will tell you why the other side is denying responsibility and offering a 50-50 split, and maybe there'll be something in it. I don't know. But from what you're telling me, there seems to be nothing in it, and the other side have no grounds on which to deny you even 1% of the compensation to which you're entitled.
That's right. Another thing quickly is they've written me a letter. The solicitor wrote me a letter saying they're washing off their hands.
What do you mean they're washing their hands?
They don't want to act on my behalf any longer because the case has taken since 2021 till now, and the other party is not budging. They don't
practice.
Yeah, they said they don't want to take the case any further because I have not provided video evidence, and the other party is not forthcoming.
Well, then I'm at a loss here because they are not doing their job. You don't need video evidence when the other side have admitted crashing into the rear of your car. What's the video evidence going to show? The other side crashing into the rear of your car, which they've admitted. Your solicitor, the fee earner dealing with your file, sounds like an incompetent buffoon who should be sacked. And you can't say their name on air. I'm sorry. I wish I could name and shame them. We can't do that. But what I would like you to do is get this call back on Global Player. And I want you to make an appointment with your solicitor. And is your solicitor a man or a woman? Just so I use the correct pronoun.
Is a company, a group, or either.
Yeah. The individual dealing with your file, male or female.
Unbelievably, it's not. I've had almost 4 different people dealing with it in the firm.
Oh, they sound like shysters. Are they a firm of solicitors or are they a claims management firm?
They are big names.
Are they a firm of solicitors or are they a claims management firm?
No, it's from a solicitor.
Okay. You need to get this call back on Global Player, play it to somebody at that firm, let them hear me saying that they're a bunch of buffoons and incompetent idiots, and they need to get their finger out, do their job and represent you. And if not, you might have to go to another firm of solicitors, Samuel. You get 3 years from the accident to bring a claim.